So we're familiar as it stands right now with the normal way that layers interact with each other, where the pixels are just basically stacked on top of one another with 100% opacity, and whatever is on the top is what's visible currently. Well, there's something else called a blend mode that basically describes how the underlying layer and the layer on top interact with each other. And what I mean by that is that there's different math that goes into all of the different blend modes on how they interact with the underlying layer. Okay, so there's a couple different types of blend modes. So let me show you what they are. If we come into our layers palette right here, we can see that we have a area that isn't named, but it just says normal. This is our blend mode flyout menu. And if we go ahead and open it up, you can see that you have a lot of different blend modes to choose from. And what they do is they basically change the way the two layers interact with one another by applying different math to them. And I'm going to go through each one of these and explain them. But the first two are going to be your normal blend modes, and I'll explain those in a minute. Then we have our darken blend modes, and most of those are going to hide white. Then we have our set of lighten blend modes, and those are going to hide black. Then we have our contrast blend modes, and those are going to change the contrast in your image, and most of them are going to hide 50% gray. Next, we have our difference blend modes, and those are basically going to work to invert certain areas of your image. And then we have our color modes, which are going to basically affect the color. That one's a little bit more self-explanatory. So we'll just start with normal. And if we look at the image, here is our black and white blend layer. And then underneath it, if I turn the visibility off of this layer by hitting the eye icon next to the layer icon, you can see the underlying layer, which we have here, which is one of my underwater shots. So if we turn on the visibility of our black and white blend mode, you can see that on a black and white layer, you can see that on our normal blend mode, all you see is the black and white squares. But if we change to dissolve and we lower the opacity of our dissolve layer, you can see that there's basically specks of our black and white blend layer that is disappearing. As we decrease the opacity, more of the specks of the black and white blend layer disappear. So technically, this dissolve blend mode is not actually affecting how the two layers interact. It's just a different way of decreasing the visibility of the layer on top. And that is the reason why it's nested with the normal blend mode. So let me bring the visibility back up to 100%. And let's go to our darken blend modes. We have darken, multiply, color burn, linear burn, and darker color. The first one is darken. What this blend mode is going to do is it's going to look at the pixels on each of the layers. It's going to find out which of the pixels is darker, and it's going to keep those pixels. So as you can see, our white box that we originally had over here on the left has completely turned invisible, while 50% gray is partly visible, and our black box is completely visible. A nice place that you can see this is from our boxes along the bottom, which have brightness changes in increments of 10. So as you can see here, it's completely invisible, and then because there's 10% darkness in this box, we're seeing a little bit, 20% darkness, 30% darkness, 40% darkness, 50% darkness, okay, and on and on. So if I take this black and white blend layer and I change back from darken to normal, you can see that the lighter colors tend to be invisible and the darker colors tend to be visible on darken blend mode. The next blend mode is multiply. So if I go to multiply blend mode, I like to consider this as basically you printed your image on an inkjet printer. This is a blend mode that I use quite frequently when I'm trying to darken things, and it gives a really highly saturated looking dark color to create contrast and to darken certain areas. So for me, the darken blend mode and the multiply blend mode are going to be the ones that I use most often in this subcategory. For color burn, if we change the blend mode to color burn, what it's going to do is it's going to increase the contrast between the two layers. So the darker the color gets, the more contrast is applied to the underlying layer. Next, we have linear burn. And for this one, the darker the color is on the top layer, the darker the underlying layer is going to be. The last blend mode within our darken section is going to be darker color. And this is very similar to our darken blend mode, but what it does is it basically keeps whatever color is darker. So as you can see, it's keeping whatever color is darker in the image. Over here, we had our white square, so you can see that it's not keeping any of that. And then in the 50% gray square, it's keeping the 50% gray where the underlying layer is brighter than 50% gray. So it's keeping that darker color. And then with black, obviously it's going to keep all of the black box because the underlying pixels are brighter than black. So what's the difference between darker color and darken blend mode? Darken blend mode is actually going to take into account the channel information. So the RGB information within our channels folder, it's going to pick the darkest color from any of these channels, okay? So that's the difference between darken blend mode and darker color blend mode. Now let's move on to our lighten blend modes. The first one is lighten. So just the same as darken looks at the information within our channels, so does lighten. Lighten is going to keep the lighter color, but it's going to take into account the the red, green, and blue information in the different channels to make its decision. Screen is going to be a blend mode that I use very often, and you'll see me incorporating this into my workflow in almost every class that I teach. And the screen blend mode is going to use the brightness of the top layer to decide how bright to make the colors on the bottom. So it's incrementally increasing the brightness of the underlying layer depending on how much brightness is in our black and white blend layer. So you can see that no brightening has been applied to our black square. About 50% brightening has been applied to our 50% gray square, and 100% brightening has been applied to our white square. Our next blend mode in this section is going to be color dodge. And what that's going to do is it's going to decrease the contrast between the two layers by brightening the underlying layer. So basically, it's making an assumption by calculating the math of the underlying color and the color on the black and white blend layer, and it's basically decreasing the amount of difference in brightness between these two layers. I know that this stuff is complicated, guys, but it's important to know how each of these work so that you can use them in your workflow in the future. The next one is going to be linear dodge. This is one of the newer blend modes that we have, and what it does is it takes the top layer and it compares it with the channels of the image to decide how much to lighten it. So remember that our channels are over here, and it takes into account the red, the green channel, and the blue channel to decide how much to lighten the image. Lastly, we have lighter color. Whatever color is lighter, wins out and is going to stay. So of course our black box is the box is invisible. The 50% gray, only where the color is lighter are we going to see aspects of the base layer. And then on our white square, everything is gone, okay? And again, you can see along the bottom here, you can see what I'm talking about as well. Again, this is quite similar to our lighten blend mode. The difference is the lighten blend mode takes into account the RGB channels, and lighten color just looks at your image. The next set of blend modes that we have are the contrast blend modes. So basically what they do is they take into account they're kind of like a combination of the lightening blend modes and the darkening blend modes, and whether your pixels are brighter than 50% gray or darker than 50% gray, it's going to apply the different blend modes to those pixels depending on the brightness of the underlying pixel. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a blend of your lightening blend modes and your darkening blend modes. Okay, so overlay is going to be our first one, and that combines the multiply blend mode and the screen blend mode, and it uses the info from the background layer to make its decision. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to darken areas that are darker, and it's going to brighten areas that are brighter. And what I can show you, what I do want to point out here is that 50% gray, when it comes to these blend modes within our contrast section, 50% gray for almost all of them is going to render it invisible completely. So right here we have the box of 50% gray, so you can see that the layer currently is 100% invisible in that section. The next option that we have after overlay is soft light. Does exactly what overlay does, it's just a softer version of overlay, okay? After that, we have hard light. Hard light is very similar. It does the same thing as overlay and soft light, but it doesn't look at the background layer. Instead, it takes its information about the brighter pixel or darker pixel from the top layer instead. So look what happens to our middle 50% gray box here when we are on hard light. You can see that it's still invisible, but the data for blending for the white box and the black box are taken from the top layer, which is our black and white blend layer, and not our background layer. The next contrast blend mode is going to be vivid light. This one combines multiply and screen like the other ones, but it takes into account the underlying saturation to make its calculations. So the underlying saturation within our background layer to make its calculations on what to brighten and what to darken. We next have linear light, and what that's going to do is it's going to combine linear dodge and linear burn blend modes from our lighten and our darken section. You can see linear dodge and linear burn. So now we have linear light, which is going to combine those two. Then we have pin light, which applies a darken and lighten blend mode simultaneously. And then our last one is hard mix. So this is the only one where 50% gray is not completely invisible within our contrast blend modes. What it does is it basically cuts the image and divides it into 8 colors, and it finds the closest color and it applies that color to the area, kind of like posterizing it would be. The next blend modes that we have to look at are our difference blend modes. So we've got our difference blend mode here, difference, exclusion, subtract, and divide. So difference is basically going to invert the colors underneath it where the layer is white, okay? So if we look at this, we can see that the black square has not been inverted, but the white square has been inverted. This gives a super cool look too. But what I want to show you, one way that I use difference blend mode in a more applicable way is going to be to align layers. So if I have my background layer here and I want to duplicate this layer, I'm going to click and drag and drop it on top of the add new layer icon. And then what I'm going to do is with 2 layers that are exactly the same, I'm going to select my background copy layer and change the blend mode from normal to difference. Now you can see over here on my screen that it's completely black, but as soon as I nudge the background copy layer, I'll hit Command or Control T to transform, and then I'm going to use the left arrow key and then the up arrow key. I hit it 3 times each of those arrow keys, so I'm just nudging it slightly to a little bit of a different location. You can start to see where the pixels do not line up. And the area where the pixels do not line up is going to illuminate in color, giving a super cool effect, right? But the reason is because those specific pixels do not line up with the underlying layer. So if we hit Command or Control T again, and then we hit our down arrow 3 times and our right arrow 3 times, you can see that all of a sudden, all of the pixels are black because the pixels on the background copy layer and the pixels on the background layer are identical, okay? So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and click and drag this layer. I'm gonna select it and drag it to the trash because I don't need it anymore. So the next blend mode that we have to look at is going to be not difference, but exclusion. So you can see 50% gray is fine. White, again, is going to invert to the opposite color of whatever's underneath it, and black, there's no change. The next one we have is subtract, and that's going to subtract brightness. So look what happens to our brighter color swatches, or our brighter swatches here. You can see that our white box has actually been inverted to black. 50% gray has been darkened 50%, but our black box has been left alone. Okay, so it's basically going to subtract light from the layer. And then our divide blend mode adds brightness. So the subtract blend mode subtracts brightness, and the divide one adds brightness. I'm going to turn the visibility of our black and white blend layer off, and I'm going to turn my color layer on for this next section. This next section is the color blend modes. The technical word for the color blend modes is component blend modes. And what's different about these blend modes is that they use the hue value, the saturation value, and the luminance value to make their adjustments. And this looks at not only the layer that we're working on, but the underlaying layer as well. Okay, so remember that we have turned off our black and white blend layer. So the first blend mode in this section is going to be hue. So what that's going to do is it's basically going to colorize the underlying layer with whatever color is on the top layer. So if I turn the visibility on and off, you can see that we still see the entire image underneath, but this section is blue, this section is green, this section is red, this area is rainbow, and then I have my little rainbow circles as well for the medium color, the brighter colors, and the darker colors. Let me take this layer, and before we dive too far into this, I just want to show you a preview of what this layer looks like on normal blend mode, and I'm going to turn the visibility of my background layer off. So this is what's on my color blend mode example layer. Okay, so RGB, we've got red, we have green and blue, then we've got a rainbow area, Roy G. Biv, and then we have the exact same colors in the middle circle, and then we have lighter versions of those colors, and we have darker versions of those colors. So just keep that in mind as we turn our background layer back on and we start playing with the blend modes that we have. So again, I'm just gonna go over hue. That's going to colorize the underlying layer with the colors in the color layer here. Next, we have saturation. Saturation looks at the saturation level on the top layer and applies that amount of saturation to the underlying colors. Okay? So if I take this color layer and I desaturate it, I'm going to choose a hue saturation adjustment layer, which I'm going to get to in a future chapter. I'm going to clip this to my color layer, and then as I decrease the amount of saturation in the top layer, you can see that there's a difference going on in the underlying layer. Okay, so if I take the saturation all the way down on my color layer, you can see that the underlying layer, which is still saturated, the areas where there is color in our color layer, where there's saturation in our color layer, has been taken down to completely black and white. And the area where there is no data on this color layer, i.e. the areas around my circles, that area is still saturated. Let me go ahead and just drag and delete the hue saturation adjustment layer that I have. And we're going to move on. So from saturation to color. Color is the next blend mode that we have. And what color does is it's very similar to hue, but instead of colorizing the underlying image, what it's going to do is it's going to look at the saturation value of the background layer while it's deciding how much of the color of our top layer to apply. Our last blend mode is going to be luminosity. And what luminosity is going to do is it's going to keep the hue and the saturation of the background, but it's going to use the luminance from the top layer that we have up here, okay? Before I move on, there are two really important tips about blend modes that I want to bring to your attention. If you are going to be using a blend mode to brighten certain areas or darken certain areas, do not use a pixel-based layer to do so. Instead, use an adjustment layer from your adjustments area here in order to create a layer and then change the blend mode of that layer, say to multiply or to screen. The reason why you use an adjustment layer to modify something using a different blend mode is because it saves a lot of file size when you're just adding an adjustment layer instead of adding a complete layer that has a bunch of pixels on it. That's going to really increase the size of your file, making Photoshop have to work a lot harder in order to make the changes that you want it to make for you. The other thing that's really important when working with blend modes is knowing how to quickly and easily cycle through them while your eyes are on the actual image over here. And there's a way to do that. The way to do that is by activating your Move tool, okay? Then you're going to hold down Shift plus Option or Alt and go through using your plus and minus keys. That will cycle through all the different blend modes that you have at your disposal to kind of look at them and see what the differences are, okay? So by holding down Shift and Option or Alt, if you're a PC, and using the plus and minus keys, you're able to cycle through the blend modes over here just using your keyboard shortcut commands. I know that that was a lot to swallow, especially for a beginner class, and you may need to come back and re-watch this section later. It may have gone over your head, which is totally fine because honestly, sometimes it goes over my head too. You don't have to use all of the blend modes. You just need to know how they work.